and it's the time for the man of the day to address the gathering, the young budding lawyers who is stepping into this noble and learned profession. Our chief guest, Chief Justice of Chartered Madras High Court, who is balanced in his judgment, humane judge, reflecting the same in his judgment, who always have a smiling face in the court and outside the court to address the gathering. And I request all the persons here to bring your hands together and welcome.
Monica, and good evening to one and all present here. My esteemed sister, Justice Anita Sumana, Honorable Minister for HRC Department, P.S. Amarraj, Chairman, Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, Mr. R. Somasundram, Advocate General of the State of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Prabhakaran, Vice Chairman, Bar Council of India, Shankar Narayan, Additional Solicitor General of India, C. Rajakumar, Secretary, and Mr. P. Karthikeyan, Vice Chairman, and other office bearer of the Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, K. Balu, Chairman and other members of Enrolment Committee, Mr. P.S. Raman, Senior Advocate, Ms. N.L. Raja, Senior Advocate, all other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my dear new entrants. This program has given a mixed feeling. I was thinking I would be speaking for those who are entering into the profession or taking shape of their career, but I was not knowing that it would be a farewell party for me also. I extend my sincere thanks for the kind words spoken by all the speakers. And I would say that after practicing for 24 years, elevated as Judge of the Rajasthan High Court, remained there for around 12 years, and then transferred to Allahabad High Court. Remained there for less than 3 years, remained the acting Chief Justice. The biggest High Court of the country, having 160 judges, and my luck that I was transferred to the prestigious Chartered High Court, the Madras High Court. I would be speaking about the satisfaction I can record for working here in this High Court for more than 10 months. But I'm reserving that part because I would be speaking to the new entrants. You guys are lucky that in the presence of illustrious and successful senior advocates you have taken the oath. They have guided you very well, and before taking input from their speech, I would be reminding you that today you have taken the oath. It should not be taken as a formality. Each word of the oath to be taken very sincerely. And if you will practice, I am pretty sure that you would remain successful wherever you go. Senior Advocate P.S. Raman has given what are the avenues available and supplemented by Mr. Shankar Narayan, ASG. Elaborating that only, what are the avenues available, because you have taken the oath, you are entering into new life, a new beginning, starting and opening the career. The avenues available are to join the profession, that is the first avenue. The other may be to join the corporate. Third can be to join the judicial service, and lastly, as has been said, you can even join the business or the politics. I think there would be veto by the Minister HRC to join the politics, because whenever lawyers enter into the politics, they always remain very, very successful. That is one of the avenues available to you. It is up to you to choose. I was few days back in the NLU Trichy along with Sister Anita Sumanna to address the students about their studies and avenues after becoming a student of law. What are the prospects, how they can give shape to their career. And after speaking few words, I made it an interactive session so that what is traveling in the mind of the students, because you have completed that phase, that may also come out. Taking a foresight, I would be sharing my experiences, and that would be the best way to guide you on this occasion. This is my second meeting, because first meeting there were around 500 new entrants who had taken oath, and today it is more than 800. The avenues which are available may be the profession, and I would say that if you go for the profession, what is required? And it has also been given in detail by Senior Advocate Raja that what are the basic things which should be applied to remain a successful lawyer. And I would not repeat that. The only way is to follow those who have remained successful in the life, in the career. All the senior lawyers on the rise, you can take how they practice, how they remain successful, and if you follow, nobody can stop to remain successful. But that would not be enough. What are the basic requirements, as even the Advocate General has said? And briefly, I would be saying that when you enter into the profession and prepare the case, and especially for the High Court, I would be saying, it has been rightly said, you have to be very brief. And now I would be debating in office, I would share my secret also to remain brief in address before the court. I was lucky to be very successful as a lawyer. Used to have around 80 to 100 cases always every day on board, which is to be argued by me. Huge number, it was in the morning I had to adjust how I am going to cover all the course, used to be task. And then with that also how quickly I can complete the arguments. So taking clue from the Advocate General, I would say I used to be very brief. I would not open much on the facts, but throwing a legal issue to the court, that this is the legal issue involved in this matter and this needs consideration of the court, without much going to the facts, because at times going to facts may opening your weaknesses also. The court at times, I am reminding again, debating the office, therefore I am giving the secrets also. The court is tied to the situation because they are addressing 100 or 200 cases, because Rajasthan High Court, every judge has to address not less than 200 to 300 cases in a day. Though I mean, all the cases may not be taken up. They cannot study all the bundles, all the writ petition, all the matters. Throwing a legal issue, not giving time to the Honorable Judge to question anything, then on a legal issue. And immediately I will complete my argument, leaving no option with the judge other than to issue notice and if pressing to grant interim order also. That is one of the success story, and therefore I will endorse the Advocate General that whenever you go to the court, be brief. The other reason is that you have to take care of the litigant. Consuming extra time of the court is nothing but encroaching of the time which is required to be spent for the litigant or other bar members to address the litigation. Therefore, that is one of the major area where you can concentrate and would remain successful also. That is only when you enter into the profession, otherwise going to the corporate or other career opportunities and politics or even going in the judicial service, you have to adopt other practices. But what are the common practices I would be narrating? One is the honesty. One of the students in RLU asked, what is the value of ethics and the honest working? I said in one word, that would be the basis of success. How the ethics and the honesty help. I give an illustration again of my practice system. Whenever somebody is coming, litigant is coming with a brief that this is my grievance and it has to be addressed and it has to be put before the court, I would examine it, and if there is any substance in the brief, then only would accept it. Otherwise, will say that sorry, you don't have any legal issue involved and therefore better you don't come into litigation. The benefit of honesty was that with the flux of time, there was a publicity, mouth publicity, that whenever this lawyer would be accepting brief, it would be only when a legal issue is involved. That gives you boost. A position in the profession where the client would be coming with confidence in you and in the system also. These are many facets of the honest working. The time is not enough to illustrate everything, but it is rightly said by Mr. N. Raja, senior advocate, that how to practice, and it would be not only when you enter into the profession, even if you go in the judicial service, the practice which is required to be adopted, if you are honest in working, you will definitely make a mark. And that is, one would be sufficient to make you successful. The ethics, again, is one of the facets or one of the issues which is required to be practiced by you. If you practice or if you work ethically where you are in the profession or in the service or going anywhere, I would say this, the principle is going to apply in general, not in a specific when you enter in the profession. Even if you are going in service, judicial or in the corporate, if you maintain the ethics, the honesty, definitely you would remain such. At times, we take shortcuts. Shortcuts may make you successful immediately, but in long term, it is not going to pay. My request to all the guys, don't apply shortcuts. This would be very, very dangerous. Initially, you may remain successful, but at the end, whatever practices we adopt goes to the public. And once they would be knowing that you are not honest, you are not ethical, you are not taking up the things with clarity, the publicity would be adverse to you and it is going to damage you, whether you go in the profession or in the service. So keep in mind that you should not apply the shortcuts. The pain would be there because if you don't apply shortcuts, it takes time. For the profession itself, some pains were shown by Mr. Prabhakaran that would be relevant, but not for you presently. And don't be guided by that, because I have full trust in you that you would remain successful in your career, in your life. The other aspect is the hard work. Knowledge of law is not such a subject now which cannot be purchased by you or anyone else. Now the gazettes are available, you can make a research, which were not available at the time when we started practice. We were required to consult the law books, not the gazettes, not the mechanism which is available to you. But I would be saying that excess application of the gazettes is also damaging to start with. Why? Again, I will illustrate, because what I am taking or what I am speaking is the things which is practically seen by me and applied by me. See, I mean, when you are going to make a research, applying the gazettes, SCC online or anything else, you would be sending a question to get an answer, and immediately you would be getting an answer reference of many judgments. It will give answer of the issue, but would not expose you to the knowledge. Your knowledge would limit it to the question which has been given, to the system, to the gazette, but not exposing you to other areas. How it happens? When I enter into the profession, these gazettes were not available. We had to go to the law books to make a research. Now it was not that easy to search the question or the judgment on the issue. You have to read a lot. And in the beginning, to prepare case, I was spending even the midnight to have a satisfaction that whatever the question, appropriate judgment on the issue is available. Now spending few hours on that, you are reading certain things which are not relevant presently to the issue. It is altogether irrelevant, and getting relevant issue or the answer after making an effort. But whatever you are reading is going to be registered in your, it will remain in your mind. And I will illustrate how I remain successful therein. Whenever a new litigant comes, and this is on a subject which was read by you few days back or few hours back, you would in a position to respond immediately that yes, you have a case, it can be taken up. See, initially, when I started profession, my subject was Industrial Disputes Act. I was not having brief because my senior was elevated after 2 years of my start, and I could not join other senior lawyers. What I was doing is sitting in the court for the whole of the day, watching the proceeding of a subject of my interest, that was obviously service law or the industrial dispute. I was watching how the case is presented, what are the questions which are going to be raised by the honorable judge, and how it has to be dealt with, how it has to be answered. Taking that into mind, I could know that if I would argue the case, how it is going to be addressed, how it has to be addressed. And at the same time, when I started having no brief as such, to spend a lot of time in the office, but used to sit in the office, read the Industrial Disputes Act book, that was Malhotra, which was very famous book. I thoroughly read that book for almost 2 times, and luck that certain briefs started coming on the subject. Immediately I was in a position to react to the question, and more especially of the railways, that was the big client, first client. The law officer, finding that he is a very young lawyer, would not be in a position to address the issue, and deliberately raise a question that this is the legal issue, how do you going to deal with it, and what are the judgment on the issue. The benefit of reading the subject and going very deep, I was in a position to immediately address the issue, that this is the answer of that, and these are the judgment of the issue. Supreme Court ruled the subject like this. The amount of confidence I was having, and it was given and passed on to the law assistant, that is in the railway designation, he immediately accepted that this lawyer can be engaged because he is having deep knowledge of the subject. I would not be saying that you go to Industrial Disputes Act, commercial law, and even in the profession there are many avenues. This is the time, not right now. Go to the court, find out the subject of your interest. It may be criminal law, it may be civil law, it may be writ jurisdiction, or it may be any other subject. Even the income tax or the tax matters is also one of the field available to the profession. Select the subject of your choice. Once you want to be criminal lawyer, I would request you to go to the trial courts, not straight to the high court. See how the trials are conducted and then how the cross-examination is made. That is again an art which you cannot learn with the bookcase knowledge, but it can be with the practice. The difficulty is immediately after taking the bookcase knowledge, we feel that we know everything about the law. That confidence may be kept, but further is such a vast subject, and keep yourself open to read all the subjects of law and choose carefully. After going through the proceeding, whether you want to go for the writ jurisdiction or civil or criminal or any other field, if you are going for the profession, see how the cases are conducted. Don't waste your time assuming you are joining a senior is having few briefs or many briefs, remaining with him, and when the work is over and time is still there, don't go home. You remain in the court and see the proceeding conducted by other lawyers. Your senior may be having certain system or practice, but others may have other avenues and other system that is required to be learned. Going in the service, I would say the judicial services is also one of the avenue, and it is now very lucrative because it always remains in the mind of the new entrants how quickly I am going to earn, and it remains because the family members, the parent also expect. They have given so much of time, they have spent so much of money on your studies. You should return back to it. And for that, I would say that one of the avenues is to enter into competition, become a judicial service, enter into the judicial service, and if you find that no, you want to earn more, you can go for the corporate service also. That is also one of the avenue available, but in the NLU also I said, joining corporation or corporate would give you good package, but may at the end stagnate your package. Joining a profession, beginning would be slow, but then the sky would be limit if you remain successful. It is not only the amount you are going to earn, the reputation in the society. Success story is available at the dais. I mean, all senior advocates, they are not only earning a huge amount, but they are having the social responsibility and they are bestowing the social responsibility and huge public image. The position they are holding is quite satisfying, and that can happen only when you practice all the issues which have been given by Senior Advocate Mr. Raja, P.S. Raman, Advocate General, ASG, and everyone here. And best way is your Chairman of Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. He is there, always there to guide you whenever you have any confusion in your mind, which way you should go, which way or which line you should adopt. I say the Bar Council would be there to guide you. So this is a good beginning, and I hope and trust that the way you are remain successful in the studies, you will remain successful in the profession, service, or wherever you go. I wish that with the dent of the hard work, honesty, ethics, you would remain very, very successful. Today is the beginning, and what else can be when a very senior, successful senior lawyers, the Advocate General, the ASG, and the chairperson of the Bar Council has addressed you, have given inputs. Before closing, I would be saying that I was given a mixed feeling. I never thought, I would be given farewell even 12 to 13 days prior to my actual retirement. But I am thankful to everyone for their kind words, and I would say a judge can be successful only when the bar addressing him is such which can give a lot of inputs. And what you're saying about one of the judges of the Rajasthan High Court used to say that if you want to get good judgments, it would not depend on the judge. It would depend on the lawyer, how best he is teaching the judge, how best he is addressing the issue, how best he is citing the judgments. And if that hard work is taken, you will be getting a good judgment. Though I reserve that apart from whatever is given by the senior advocates or the advocates, the judge is also under an obligation to make his own research and make the judgment which may be complete in all respect, not only facts, even on the law. I record my utmost satisfaction of working in the prestigious High Court, Madras High Court, after remaining in two other prestigious High Court, Rajasthan, my parent High Court, and the Allahabad, one of the biggest High Court. I again wish all the good and pray to the Almighty that they should make you successful wherever you go, whatever profession or avenue you adopt. And today, again, I would say, is a beginning, and what else can be a better beginning than hearing all successful lawyers present here. Thank you to our organizers.
Thank you, Jai. Thank you, Lordship, for sharing your secret of success out of your experience. It was 8. Be precise and brief in your argument. Honesty and ethics. No shortcuts for success. Hard work with persistence. Observing the court to gain new field of practice. More than bookish knowledge, practical experience is more important. Dedicated time for profession. Earning money will not only give satisfaction,